Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Jace, and today I want to give my honest take on how well these crease protectors work, so let's get right into the video. Alright, so getting into these crease protectors, generally when you're ordering these online, they're going to either come in a pack of 1, 2, 4, or 10. And I would highly recommend you guys just get the third-party brands because they are essentially the same as the name brands, but 5 to 6 times cheaper from my research. They are generally sized in a range. So for example, the ones that you will be seeing in my shots are going to be the men's 7 to 12 and or women's 5 to 8. So you might be asking, what are these? And almost all crease protectors are made of a mix of polyethylene or PE and a thermoplastic rubber resin known as TPR. So what both of these do is, starting with the PE, it's mainly mixed in for durability and will not absorb moisture. So if you sweat a lot, they will not get worn down. And the TPR is for elasticity or flexibility and is highly tear resistant. So as many times as you're going to wear the shoes, they're most likely not going to get torn. And just looking at the shape of these, they're definitely going to be made through injection molding due to the high amount of curves. One final note is that these are going to be highly washable, unlike the force fields that are sold at your local Foot Lockers and stuff like that. So in terms of the product features, these crease protectors are going to be sized generally with guidelines, and you can cut these to create a custom fit based off of your needs. And if you'll take a look on the side with the cutouts, you'll notice that it's labeled left and right for your convenience, because just looking at the shape, it is actually misleading which side each one goes on. Now, speaking of cutouts, there is going to be a nice generous cutout on the outer section of the foot for the 4th and 5th toes, so that they do not get cramped or get raw from rubbing up against the plastic material. Now, moving to the top of these crease protectors, there are going to be a lot of perforations for ventilation, and if you look closely, there's also going to be a lot of small protrusions to help keep these crease protectors in place while you're using them. And I also wanted to note that through my testing of over a week, these little protrusions did not cause any damage to the underside of the toe box. So starting off with the installation of these into your shoe, you want to make sure that you are using the correct side. So once you've gotten the correct side, you want to go ahead and pinch the two sides together and carefully insert it into the shoe. Now, once you get it in most of the way, you're going to want to take your hand back out and turn it upside down with the palm facing up. And you're going to want to just reach in with your fingers and push the edge of the crease protector all the way up to the edge of the toe box. So for my test, I wanted to keep things consistent, so I chose 3 pairs of dunks and wore them all for about a week. My control pair is going to be my NYX dunks, will not have crease protectors in them and has a suede toe box. And for my 2 pairs of sneakers that will be using these, I have chosen the Chun-Li SB dunks and my Instant Hachiko SB dunks. And one will have a nylon fabric toe box and the other one is going to have 3M reflective leather. For my control dunk, the NYX dunk, you'll notice that there are some notable creasing and discoloration in the suede, but overall, because it is a softer material and it is quite pliable, it's not too creased. However, it does bubble up a bit near the top ridge of the toe box. Now, moving along to the Chun-Li's, they're made of more of a thinner nylon material, and because it's a much brighter color, it will show a lot more visible creasing. And finally, for the Instants, they for the most part did pretty well. However, you will still see some hairline creasing along the top edge of the toe box. So the nice thing about both pairs that I tested them in was that even though it did crease, it drastically reduced the creasing along the face of the toe box and really kept most of it to the back section right near the eyelets where you can't really see it. And also there was a bit more creasing caused to the side panels where the toe box ends, and you guys can see that in these videos right here. So I also wanted to cover the sizing. So I had 2 different sizes that I tested, which were 9.5 and 10, and they also happen to be SB dunks and 1 regular pair of dunks. And I honestly found them all to be pretty decently comfortable. I really didn't have any of the other issues that people have reported, such as their feet getting raw from rubbing up against the plastic. Even after hours of walking, it still didn't bother me. If you do like to wear your sneakers loose, shoes, definitely plan on getting a true to size sneaker, because even though some people said that you want to plan ahead and get a half size up, in my testing, it definitely is too loose. If you wear loose sneakers with half a size up, even with these in, you will probably have to double sock your sneakers. And if you wear your sneakers tight, they should fit perfectly no matter what type of lacing style you have. Alright guys, so in closing, these crease protectors, I think they work pretty well, but their effectiveness will highly depend on the way you walk, how you lace your shoes, what your shoe material is made out of, and obviously how often you wear these. But you know, the nice thing about these over the force fields is that these will actually last a long time, unlike those foam ones. And these are easy to wash, and I definitely give these high marks compared to the other versions. The biggest downside I will say about these is because the way sneakers are constructed, all the panels are connected together. Because it's reducing creasing on the toe box, it will transfer all of that for somewhere else. So you are going to see some creasing on the side panels, just as a reminder. So you kind of have to decide if you care about the creasing on the side or the front more. One improvement I would definitely like to see is that if you look on the sneaker right here, you will see that it slowly slopes up, because these crease protectors do not actually slope up enough. You are going to experience cracking along the top of the toe box right over here, just because it doesn't conform fully to it. So I would like to see these have a slightly higher grade right along there. The way these primarily work is from these 3 points of structure. So because it's not tall enough on this end portion here, it is going to cause a lot of creasing because it's not able to keep its shape, especially when you're flexing your toes. Alright guys, that's the video. So if you guys have already copped these crease protectors, please let me know what your experience was in the comments below. And if you guys are planning to get them or haven't gotten them yet, please let me know why you guys have hesitated to get them. Was it because of the material? Are you guys skeptical about how well they work? Please let me know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell so you guys can get the latest updates when I release my drops every Thursday from now on. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe. Peace.